Protein powder. Do you need it? Hi, welcome back to Muscle Vision. Protein powder is probably the oldest bodybuilding supplement that was created and the first supplement that I used when I started training many years ago. If your primary goal is to put on muscle mass, then yes, you do need protein powder. However, used sparingly and never as a replacement for whole foods. The only exception for this would be right after a workout when your body is in need of a quick digesting protein. So protein powder being, with the exception of casein, which we'll get into later, the best choice for a protein source immediately after a workout. The role of protein in the human body, what's it basically used for? Well, mostly for tissue repair and building tissue. And in our case, well, we're interested in muscle tissue, right? The protein requirements for an athlete are roughly 0.75 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I always aim for 1 gram per pound. So let's say, for example, you weigh 200 pounds. Well, you'd need 200 grams of protein per day. Now, ideally, you want to consume your protein every 2.5 to 3 hours. Why? So that your body stays in a positive nitrogen balance, which means basically that you're staying in an anabolic state or in a state in which your body has the best chances of packing on that muscle.
I just came home from my workout, so now I do what I always do. I make a little protein drink. I take cherry juice, we slice up a little banana, we go and take the whey protein. How do you get the protein as quick as possible into the bloodstream? You're right, a little schnapps, directly from Austria. And you pour it in, not too much. This is gonna be fantastic.
So it's because of this frequency, that 2.5 to 3 hours that you should consume your protein, that make it sometimes handy, if not essential, to have some protein powder at hand, because you can't always eat, let's say, at those intervals. So it's much better to have a quick protein shake than to go a few extra hours without any protein at all. The 4 general types of whey protein powder on the market right now are whey protein, egg protein, beef protein, and plant-based protein. Well, there's also insect powder protein also, but I haven't tried that yet. So for the whey, there's basically 3 categories within that whey category. The first one being regular whey. Regular whey is less filtered than the whey isolates, so it has slightly higher fat, has a bit more lactose, and a little less, as a consequence, grams of protein per serving. Then the whey isolates, basically very similar to the normal whey, except that it's more filtered, has less lactose, less fat, and higher protein content per gram. And lastly, but not least, there's casein. Now, casein is interesting because, yes, it has higher lactose content, higher fat content slightly, but it's useful to consume when, let's say, before bedtime, because it will give you protein over a longer period of time, meaning it's slower digesting, so it will release protein into your body more slowly over a 3 to 4 hour period. Beef protein. Beef protein has been around for at least a decade now. It's similar to whey isolate, good quality whey isolates, in terms of the protein content per gram, and the fat. And obviously has zero lactose, so that's interesting for those who are lactose intolerant. It's also quick digesting too, about as fast as a good quality whey isolate. On to egg protein powder. Egg protein powder has been around for a long time. However, in the last decade or even maybe 2 decades, it's almost disappeared from the market. I'm not exactly sure why, because it's a very high quality protein. Possibly even more so than the whey protein isolate, because the protein efficiency ratio of the egg is actually a little higher than dairy sources or even meat sources. Well, getting on to where my point being that it's also more expensive now. So unfortunately, it's not a great choice for those who are on a budget, but an ideal choice for those who can afford it and are totally lactose intolerant. Finally, there's plant-based protein, which is usually a combination of different, let's say, rice and pea, so that they combine together and have a complete amino acid profile. Now, plant-based protein is the most expensive. Well, I'm not sure about the insect protein, that might be as expensive, but in terms of dollar per gram, or how much it costs per gram, it's a lot higher than your whey isolates and your beef protein. It is a good quality protein. It is fast digesting. It has obviously no lactose, but it is too expensive in my book for what it gives. So it's up to you. I hope this video was useful to you. So comment below what your favorite protein is, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Take care. Ciao.